Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms, and today I'm going to be reviewing Peter Jackson's latest film. It is part one of The Hobbit, entitled An Unexpected Journey. Now, I've always been a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. I really like those films a lot. I thought they were excellent films, some of the best fantasy films ever made, and it's one of my favorite trilogies ever also. And, when this was first announced and Guillermo del Toro was going to do it, I thought, cool, man, this is going to be awesome. Well, then something happened. He dropped off the project. Peter Jackson took over, and I thought, man, this, even though it's two great directors, it just kind of sounds like a troubled production. Hopefully this goes well. And, only supposed to be two films, of course. This is what this is supposed to be. And then, of course, later on down the road, during the shooting, it got split into three films. I'm thinking, damn, this is kind of crazy because this book is it's less than 300 pages long. Now, they're going to split that into three films, whereas the Lord of the Rings films, those books are 400 pages apiece, and they did each movie in one movie. So, it kind of had me leery. Actually, it had me very leery of it. And so leery, in fact, that I did not see this in a theater. I kind of wanted to. It's just, I didn't get the chance. It's hard for me to go out and see every film I want to get to see, and this came out around the holidays, and it just, nothing worked out for me to go see this film. So I had to wait for it to come out on Blu-ray. So I just blind bought it. I figured, my thought was, I'll like the visuals. I'm sure I'll at least like the visuals. And, if that's the only thing I end up liking from the film, well, that's okay. But after watching this film, guys, I have to say, I liked the entire thing. I liked the story. I liked the plot. I liked how it was laid out, the acting, the characters, the pace, everything. I really liked this film. I had heard, some things how it played slow. They stretched things out way too far. And while I can see the parts where people are talking about with that, I didn't feel that way with this film. I thought it just was great. I thought it played out well. I mean, the pace to me, I had no problem with it whatsoever. And in my opinion, this film is a worthy addition to the movie franchise of Lord of the Rings. I mean, I think that this will sit right alongside the Lord of the Rings films. And after watching this, I am highly anticipating the next film to come out. And I actually want to try to go see it on the midnight premiere when it comes out this December, of The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, with character names and actor names and all that like I sometimes do with reviews in this. I just basically want to do a review and say, if you like the Lord of the Rings films, you have to give this a chance, because I think it unjustly gets shit upon. I mean, I think it was an excellent film, and I've actually, I've read the book years ago, but it's been a really long time, so when I watched the film, I couldn't really tell what they had added in and what was, new, because I know, Peter Jackson kind of took some liberties with it, with changing some things and adding things in, and I know people really were bothered by that. But I've since went back and started to read the book again, and I can tell some things right away with the layout, mainly like the whole the talking over the film at the beginning, where they're talking about Smaug and all that. That's all different. In the book, Thornton is telling that, and he's telling it during the dinner scene. So, there's little things that's mixed up like that. And then also, something that I noticed also is Azog, which is like the main bad guy character in this film. He's only mentioned one time in the book, at least so far where I'm at in the book, and I believe that's all he's ever mentioned. He's mentioned one time as fighting Thornton's great-grandfather. I believe it's his great-grandfather and then his father. And that's all he's mentioned. Well, it shows that in the movie, but then also, he also becomes like the main bad guy character of the film too. Now I can understand people that are complete, serious, diehard fans of the book getting a little bent out of shape about, you know, some of the liberties that Peter Jackson took with the story and how he changed some things. I can understand that, but, you know, with that said, I think that Peter Jackson has a really good grasp on, you know, the whole mythology of Middle Earth and what Tolkien was going for. I really do, and I think that he is the right person to do this. And while I would have loved to have seen what Del Toro could have done with this film, I'm actually glad Peter Jackson is ending up doing these, because after watching this and then knowing the three Lord of the Rings films so well, I think that there's going to be a perfect continuity and a seamless transition in between all 6 films once everything's said and done. I think Peter Jackson just really is honed in on, you know, the feel and everything that Tolkien went for. I just really do after watching this. And it's just an excellent film, guys. And something else I also have to mention is Weta Workshop, that does the effects in this film. It's Peter Jackson's effects company. Those guys are just one step ahead of everybody else, in my opinion. I mean, when you watch this film, the CG effects and just the makeup and everything in general is so unbelievably awesome. I mean, you know, I can remember clear back to the film The Host. You know, that's one of the first things that really made me take notice of Weta. You know, when you look at it now, yeah, okay, it's a little dated. But at that time, that creature effect in that was absolutely amazing. And it was totally done in the daylight. And that's what really made me take notice of them. And you know, I've always thought that they're kind of one step ahead of what most other people can do or pull off. And this movie is without a doubt no exception. The CG in this film is phenomenal. You know, and I always thought Gollum or Smeagol, whatever you want to call him, he looked great in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But in this film, oh my God, it's unreal. Like, you know, I've said to some friends, I think all digital effects artists really need to take note of how Gollum looks in this film, because that is how you do a CG creature. I mean, he is so... It's just amazing. It's totally amazing. Like, they actually took Andy Serkis's facial expressions and just made them into Gollum, you know. I mean, that's what they did before, but it's just, man, they've really stepped it up a few notches in this one, and he looks even better. And that's all the way around, too. There's a big Goblin King. There's this underground Goblin Kingdom. All of those look amazing. The Goblin King really looks amazing. And, you know, even the effects when they're running over these bridges and stuff, it's so clear. I mean, it you know, and they're showing it from a distance to where the characters all look small and they're running on this bridge and there's all this stuff happening around them. It looks so clear and so good. It's easily the best visual effects I've seen out of anything yet. It is. It's the best visual effects I've seen. Weta Workshop is about down to them. Because this is CG done right. This is, you know, Gollum, that is how you do a CG creature and make it to where I think most people are going to be like, okay, that's cool, and not bitch about it. But yeah, this film is just great all the way around. It's almost 3 hours long. It is a long film. And like I said, I can understand the arguments, but I personally, guys, I just was thoroughly entertained with this film. I thoroughly loved it. I praise Peter Jackson for bringing Middle-earth to life and just really, you know, you turn on this film and you just escape totally from the world. You are sucked into Middle-earth. You are in this fantasy land, this adventure with these dwarves and with, you know, with wizards and with goblins and everything else, and it's just great. I love it. I absolutely love this film. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Now, when I first saw it, I only gave it an 8.5 out of 10, just because I wasn't sure. Now, since then, and some of you may think I'm crazy, I've already watched this film 4 times. I fucking love it. It's great. It gets a 9.5 out of 10. It's almost absolutely perfect in my opinion. And like I said, it sits right alongside the Lord of the Rings films very easily. And also, quickly, there are some features on here. Hobbit's Tale Part 1, The Journey Begins. That's an exclusive new 30-minute documentary they did. Then it also has the 10 production videos, which I guess they released these online. It's almost 2 hours long watching these. And I had never seen them before, so it was all new to me. So very cool special features on this. I love the special features. They're really good. The picture quality is amazing on this, guys. Very good picture quality. And this is just a great addition, you know. The Blu-ray DVD ultraviolet copy from Best Buy. So yeah, that's The Hobbit. Highly recommend it. Check it out, guys. I am Jason. I appreciate you all watching Beyond the Realms. Have a good one. Later.